Today we are going to see Geography Lesson 3 Mineral and Power Resources. Okay? Children, in this lesson we are going to see about mineral and energy resources, right? Generally, minerals and sources of energy form part of our natural environment, isn't it? Yes, we are getting minerals and sources of energy from where? Our environment, isn't it? So, these are valuable resources because they satisfy many of our needs, isn't it? If you look around us, most of the materials we use we use these mineral resources, right? In fact, things that we use each day, from salt to computers, are made from minerals and other resources that have been extracted from where? The earth. So minerals play the vital role in the country's economy. Okay, because these minerals are the backbone of our industry and development. Got it? So, what is a mineral? A naturally occurring substance that has a definite chemical composition is a mineral. So, minerals எப்படி occur நேச்சுரலாகவே without human interruption, நேச்சுரலாகவே occur ஆகிற substance, and also it contains chemical composition. Got it? So, a naturally occurring substance that has a definite composition is a mineral. Isn't it? Yes. We are going to see about the types of minerals. See children, before going to see types of minerals, let me tell you about minerals distribution all over the earth's surface. See children, minerals are not evenly distributed over space. Actually, they are concentrated in a particular area or rock formations. Yes, see for example, everywhere we are not finding granite quarries or coal mining or gold mining, right? Some places has minerals formation, right? So minerals are concentrated in a particular area or rock formations. In fact, some minerals are found in area which are not easily accessible. அதாவது ஈஸியாக நம்மளால் அக்சஸ் பண்ண முடியாது, அதை யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது, such as the Arctic Ocean bed and Antarctica. Yes, still research is going on how to extract minerals from this Arctic Ocean bed and Antarctica. Okay, so generally minerals are not evenly distributed on Earth's surface. Got it? And minerals are formed in different types of geological environments under varying conditions. Yes, we know very well the earth has different types of physical features and topography, right? So minerals are formed in different types of geological environments under varying conditions. In fact, they are created by natural processes without any human interference. Yes, of course, we are not interfering, we are not involving to when the coal forms, right? We won't do anything. It naturally occurs, right? So these minerals are created by natural process without any human interference, right? And minerals can be identified on the basis of their physical properties such as color, density, hardness, and chemical properties such as solubility. Okay, so how minerals can be identified? Minerals can be identified on the basis of their physical properties such as color, density, hardness, and chemical property such as solubility. See children, for example, I'll tell you. Actually, coal is usually black or brown, right? At the same time, you see diamonds, how it will be? Sometimes diamonds, colorless diamonds also are available. At the same time, diamonds are available in various colors like white, yellow, pink, red, green and black. Okay, and also children, you should remember diamond is the hardest mineral, and talcum powder we used to say, no, talc is the softest mineral. Okay, so which is the hardest mineral? Diamond is the hardest mineral in the world, whereas talc is the softest mineral in the world, isn't it? Yes. See children, there are more than 3000 minerals on the surface of the earth. Okay, so on the basis of composition, minerals are classified mainly as metallic minerals and non-metallic minerals. So generally on the basis of composition, minerals are classified into two. What are they? One is metallic minerals and another one is non-metallic minerals. Got it? See children, I tell you what is that interesting fact. See, almost 99% of the minerals making up the earth's crust are made up of just 8 elements. What are they? Oxygen, silicon, aluminium, iron, calcium, sodium, potassium and magnesium. Minerals like copper, uranium, gold and silver are comparatively rare but are very important to mankind, right? So that on the basis of composition, minerals are classified mainly as metallic and non-metallic minerals, right? Now we will see about the metallic minerals. See children, what do you mean by metallic minerals? The metallic minerals contain metal in raw form, right? Generally, metals are hard substances that conduct heat and electricity. I hope you all know about this, right? So, these metals have a characteristic luster or shine. அது என்னுடைய எப்படி இருக்கும் அதனுடைய நல்ல க்ளோயிங்காக ஷைனிங்காக இருக்கும் அதனுடைய கேரக்டர்ஸ் அண்ட் ஹீட் அண்ட் எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டியை கண்டக்ட் பண்ணும் அது, ரைட்? தென் iron ore, bauxite, manganese ore are some examples, right? So, see children, these metallic minerals also may be classified into two. The one is ferrous and another one is non-ferrous. Actually, ferrous minerals like iron ore, manganese and chromites contain iron, right? A non-ferrous mineral does not contain iron but may contain some other metals such as gold, silver, copper or lead. So, in the mineral iron contain iron அதனோட கண்டெய்னர் அதனோட காம்போனன்ட்ஸில் இருக்கோ அது ferrous minerals, whereas non-ferrous minerals won't contain iron but it may contain some other metal like gold, silver, copper or lead. So generally minerals are classified into two, metallic minerals and non-metallic. At the same time, metallic minerals also can be classified into two. One is ferrous and another one is non-ferrous. Generally, ferrous minerals contain iron ore with it, but on the contrary, non-ferrous minerals don't contain iron, right? Now, let me tell you about non-metallic minerals. See children, the non-metallic minerals do not contain metals. For example, limestone, mica and gypsum are examples of such minerals. Got it? So, non-metallic minerals don't contain metals. For example, limestone, mica and gypsum. Okay, so the mineral fuels like coal and petroleum are also non-metallic minerals and also it is known as fossil fuels, right? So the mineral fuels like coal and petroleum are also non-metallic minerals. Don't forget it. Okay, now we will see about how minerals can be extracted. Okay, see children, before going to see the extraction of minerals, let me tell you about occurrence of minerals. See children, minerals are usually extracted from ores, right? In this lesson, frequently we will use the word ore. What do you mean by ore? Actually, an ore is a type of rock that contains sufficient minerals that can be economically extracted from the rock. See, nothing but simply I can say rocks from which minerals are mined are known as ores. எந்த ராக்ல இருந்து மினரல்ஸை எக்ஸ்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணுறோமோ அந்த ராக்ஸ் தான் ஓர்ஸ். ஏன்னா மேக்ஸிமம் குவான்டிட்டி அந்த ராக்ஸில் என்ன இருக்கும், மினரல்ஸ் இருக்கும். அது எக்ஸ்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணுறப்ப எக்கனாமிக்கலாக அது ஒரு பிஸ்னஸ் ஆகும். ஸோ அதில் இன்ஃபேக்ட் ஒரு ஹியூஜ் லெவலில் அந்த மினரல்ஸை இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸ்க்காகட்டும் இல்லை அதர் செக்டார்ஸ்லேயும் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்க முடியும். ஸோ தட் rocks from which minerals are mined are known as or extracted are known as ores. In fact, more than 2,800 types of minerals have been identified. Only about 100 are considered ore minerals because one can easily notice that all minerals are rocks, but all rocks are not minerals. So, really, a rock is an aggregate of one or more minerals, but without definite composition of constituent of mineral. See, aggregate means collection or combined. So, rocks from which minerals are mined or extracted are known as ores. Okay. Now we are going to see about extraction of minerals. See children, mining is the process of extracting buried material below the earth's surface. Yes, so the process of taking out minerals from rocks buried under the earth's surface is called mining. Mining na தமிழ்ல சுரங்கம், right? எப்படி சுரங்கம் எதனால் ஏற்படுத்துகிறாங்க? Taking out minerals, right? So that the process of taking out minerals from rocks buried under the earth surface is called mining. பூமிக்கடியில் புதஞ்சிருக்கிற மினரல்ஸை எடுக்கிறதுக்கான ஒரு ப்ராசஸ் தான் மைனிங். ஓகே, ஸோ in that process there are two types are used. One is open cast mining and another one is shaft mining. See children, in that open cast mining, minerals lying at shallow depths are taken out by removing the surface layer. See, சிம்பிளாக சொல்லணுன்னா நம்ம earth சர்ஃபேஸை ரொம்ப டிக் பண்ண வேண்டியதில்லை. இது அந்த மினரல்ஸ் எல்லாம் ரொம்ப ஷேலோவாக இருக்கும். மினிமமாக நம்ம டிக் பண்ணாவே நம்ம அந்த மினரல்ஸை எக்ஸ்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ அந்த கேஸில் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிற கேசஸில் என்ன பண்ணுறாங்கன்னா ஓப்பன் காஸ்ட் மைனிங் யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ இன் திஸ் minerals lying at shallow depth, got it? Then only layers, surface layers are taken easily, then they will extract the minerals. In this way open cast mining will be done. Whereas shaft meaning boring, so like what is that, deep bores. Actually என்னென்னா டன்னல் மேக் பண்ணி அது சுரங்கமாக வைக்கிறாங்க பாருங்கள். அந்த மாதிரி டன்னல் மைனிங் தான் இந்த ஷாஃப்ட் மைனிங்க்கான எக்ஸாம்பிள். அப்படியே சுரங்கப்பாதைக்குள்ளே போகிறது அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோமில்ல, அந்த மாதிரி வெர்டிக்கல் லைனில் ஒரு டன்னலை க்ரியேட் பண்ணி இன்ஃபேக்ட் அங்கே ஒர்க் பண்ணுற அந்த மைனர்ஸ், அந்த சுரங்கத்தில் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறவங்க people who works in the mining, they are called miners, right? இவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் மேலேருந்து ஃப்ரெஷ் ஏர், வாட்டர், இன்ஃபேக்ட் ஆல் த ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் வில் பி டன் ஃப்ரம் above the ground to down. பிகாஸ் டெப்த்துக்கு போக போக என்ன ஆகும், அவங்களுக்கு வென்டிலேஷன் இருக்காது. ஸோ தட் இந்த ஷாஃப்ட் மைனிங் ஆக்சுவலி ஒரு டேஞ்சரஸ் மைனிங் செக்டார். ஸோ த ஷாஃப்ட் மைன்ஸ் ஆர் த டீப்பஸ்ட் மைன்ஸ். ஓகே, next we are going to see about drilling. See children, petroleum and natural gas occur far below the earth's surface, right? So deep wells are bored to take them out. This is called drilling. So drilling into earth for petroleum and compressed natural gas, CNG. CNG, the expansion form of CNG is compressed natural gas, right? So drilling into earth for petroleum and natural gas, in this case, the hole in the ground is called a well, not a mine. Okay, so you should understand the difference between mining and drilling, especially for petroleum and natural to extract to get petroleum and natural gas. Drilling is used. Okay. See children, next we are going to see about quarrying. See, quarrying means, I hope you all have heard this word frequently, right? Manal quarry, granite quarry, what else is, limestone quarry, right? So, what do you mean by quarrying? It is the process of extraction in which minerals lying very close to the surface are extracted just by digging them out. So, quarrying is the process of removing rock, sand, gravel, or other minerals from the ground in order to use them to produce materials for construction and other uses. For example, granite, marble, limestone, sandstone, and slate, etc. Okay, so in fact, quarrying is a type of open pit mine only. Got it? Children, sometimes miners must use explosives such as dynamite to create tunnels or to break up Earth's hard surface. So, these explosions also break the materials into smaller pieces so that they are easier to collect it, right? So, in this way, open cast mining and shaft mining are used to extract minerals such as iron, manganese, gold, nickel, bauxite, diamond ore, etc. Got it? See children, now we are going to see about distribution of minerals. Actually, minerals occur in different types of rocks. Actually, some minerals are found in igneous rocks, some in metamorphic rocks, while others occur in sedimentary rocks. Isn't it? Yes. Already you have studied about the types of rocks. What are they? Igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, and sedimentary rocks. So, metallic minerals are found in igneous and metamorphic rock formations. In fact, that form in large plateaus. Iron ore in North Sweden, copper and nickel deposits in Ontario, Canada, iron, nickel, chromites and platinum in South Africa are examples of minerals found in where? Igneous and metamorphic rocks. Okay. At the same time, sedimentary rock formations of plains and young-fold mountains contain non-metallic minerals like limestone. So, sedimentary rock formation generally contains what? Non-metallic minerals. For example, limestone. Okay. See children, mineral fuels such as coal and petroleum are also found in the sedimentary strata. Got it? See children, in Asia, China and India have large iron ore deposits. In Asia, China and India have large iron ore deposits. See, the continent produces more than half of the world's tin. Okay. Europe is the leading producer of iron ore in the world. So, which continent is the leading producer of iron ore in the world? Europe. Actually, the countries with large deposits of iron ore are Russia, Ukraine, Sweden, and France. In fact, minerals deposits of copper, lead, zinc, manganese, and nickel are found in Eastern Europe and European Russia. Got it? See children, the mineral deposits in North America are found in three zones. The Canadian region in the north of the Great Lakes, the Appalachian region and the Rocky Mountains in the west. So, Iron ore, nickel, gold, uranium and copper are mined in the Canadian Shield region. Coal in the Appalachian region. Then Western Cordilleras have vast deposits of copper, lead, zinc, gold and silver. So these are uh, the mineral distribution centers in North America. Got it? Actually, in South America, Brazil is the largest producer of high grade iron ore in the world. So, which is the largest producer of high grade iron ore in the world? Brazil. Brazil is in which continent? South America. Got it? Chile and Peru are leading producers of copper. Brazil and Bolivia are among the world's largest producers of tin. Then South America also has large deposits of gold, silver, zinc, chromium, manganese, bauxite, mica, platinum, asbestos and diamond. See children, asbestos you know no? நம்ம அட்டைன்னு நம்ம தமிழில் சொல்லுவோம்ல அந்த ஒயிட் கலர் ஷீட்டு அதான் asbestos. Then mineral oil is found in Venezuela, Argentina, Chile, Peru and Colombia. Got it? See children, Africa is rich in mineral resources. Actually, it is the world's largest producer of diamonds, gold and platinum. See children, how rich minerals Africa has. Yes, it is the world's largest producer of diamonds, gold and platinum. In fact, South Africa, Zimbabwe and Zaire produce a large portions of the world's gold. The other minerals found in Africa are copper, iron ore, chromium, uranium, cobalt and bauxite. In fact, oil is found in Nigeria, Libya and Angola. Got it? See children, Australia is the largest producer of bauxite in the world. Which is the largest producer of bauxite in the world? Australia. Got it? It is a leading producer of gold, diamond, iron ore, tin and nickel also. And it is also rich in copper, lead, zinc and manganese. Kalgoorlie and Coolgardie areas of Western Australia have the largest deposits of gold. Got it? See, the geology of Antarctica is sufficiently well known to predict the existence of a variety of mineral deposits, some probably large. Significant size of deposits of coal in the Transantarctic mountains and iron near the Prince Charles Mountains of East Antarctica is forecasted. Iron ore, gold, silver and oil are also present in commercial quantities. Got it? Children, forecasted means predicted and commercial quantities now for trading purpose. The huge quantity of minerals are available for trade. Now we are going to see about distribution of minerals in India. Got it? See children, India has deposits of high grade iron ore. So don't forget it. India has deposits of high grade iron ore. The mineral is found mainly in Jharkhand, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Goa, Maharashtra and Karnataka. If you see children, Chota Nagpur plateau generally contains more minerals. Okay, then bauxite. Major bauxite producing areas are Jharkhand, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. Then mica. Mica deposits mainly occur in Jharkhand, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh and Rajasthan. Actually, India is the largest producer and exporter of mica in the world. So, India is the largest producer and exporter of mica in the world. Actually, children, mica is the non-metallic mineral, right? Then copper. It is mainly produced in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Got it? Then manganese. India's manganese deposits lie in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Orissa, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Then limestone. Actually, major limestone producing states in India are Bihar, Jharkhand, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. Okay, then gold. Kolar in Karnataka has deposits of gold in India. These mines are among the deepest in the world, which makes mining of this ore a very expensive process. So, Kolar in Karnataka has deposits of gold in India. Kolar Tangavailu. Have you heard about this? Yes. Kolar gold mine is in Karnataka. Then salt. It is obtained from seas, lakes and rocks. Actually, India is one of the world's leading producers and exporters of salt. One more mineral, already we have seen about India is one of the world's leading producers and exports of what? Mica, isn't it? Yes, then salt is obtained from seas. In fact, in Rajasthan, in India, in the state of Rajasthan, Sambar Lake is there. Okay, in that salt extraction is going on. So, salt is also obtained from Lake Sambar in Rajasthan. Got it? Himachal Pradesh, in fact, Himachal Pradesh produces rock salt. So, India does produce limited amounts of lead, zinc, and silver, but the quantities are far below the country's requirements. Got it? Now we are going to see about the uses of minerals. See children, India is quite rich in mineral resources which provide the country a strong industrial base. In fact, some of the minerals commonly found in India, right? Especially iron. Iron is the backbone of our industry because iron is mainly used to make steel. Of course, steel is strong, right? Durable and a versatile metal. Steel is a versatile metal. நிறைய பண்ணலாம் ஸ்டீலை வச்சுட்டு. So, iron and steel are used for making all types of machinery, agricultural implements, transportation, containers, cans, various appliances and several items of our daily use, isn't it? And minerals which are used for gems are usually hard. Actually, these are then set in various styles for jewelry, isn't it? Then copper. Copper is another metal used in everything from coins to pipes, isn't it? Then silicon. Silicon is used in the computer industry and it is obtained from quartz, right? Then aluminium obtained from its ore bauxite is used in automobile sectors and airplanes, bottling industry, buildings and even in kitchen cookware. In this way, minerals are used in many ways. Got it? See children, silicon is a mineral which is obtained from quartz. Got it? Quartz is a mineral, a kind of mineral. Got it? See children, as important industries like railway, locomotive and then heavy and light machines, shipbuilding, construction, oil and gas industry etc. depend on the availability of iron and steel. Right, that's why I have told you iron and steel industry is called the backbone of industrialization. Then the standard of living of the people of a country is judged by their consumption of iron. Got it? We are going to see about conservation of minerals. See children, minerals are a non-renewable source. See, it takes thousands of years for the formation and concentration of minerals. Yes, already we have studied about non-renewable resources. Yes, because non-renewable resources takes thousands of millions of years to replenish it. Okay. See children, the rate of formation is much smaller than the rate at which the humans consume these minerals. நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுற ரேட்டை விட அதனுடைய ஃபார்மேஷன் ரேட் வந்து ரொம்ப லோ. So that the rate of formation is much smaller than the rate at which the humans consume these minerals. Yes, especially according to that growing population, minerals are used more. So we should use it carefully. Okay, so that it is necessary to reduce wastage in the process of mining, right? In fact, to conserve our mineral resources, we should take the following steps. What are the steps? Effective and efficient utilization of resources, then avoiding wasteful use or misuse of resources, then recycle and reuse of resources. Of course, we know very well the 3 R's. What are they? Reuse, reduce and recycle. Okay, so recycle and reuse of resources. Yes, then better techniques of mining and purification of resources to minimize wastage. Got it? See children, now we are going to do map work. Take your atlas and take page number 54. World distribution of iron ore, copper and bauxite. Right? That page you keep it with you. Then now we are going to mark some places on the outline of the world map. See, in the page number 55, it is given the distribution of iron ore, copper and bauxite in Asia, Europe and Africa. Indicate 2 places of distribution for each of the minerals in different continents. இதில் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்க, அயன் ஓர், காப்பர் அண்ட் பாக்சைட்டை 2 places நம்ம மார்க் பண்ணணும். எந்தெந்த கான்டினென்ட்டில்? ஏஷியா, யூரோப் அண்ட் ஆஃப்ரிக்கா. நவ் இன்ஃபேக்ட் யூ ஷுட் ரைட் ரெஃபரன்சஸ். சி in the map page number 54, here you can see the references, right? For iron ore they have given one symbol, copper they have given another symbol, and also bauxite another symbol is there, right? So in this way we are going to mark. First we will take iron ore. For iron ore, first we are going to mark 2 places in Asian continent. See here in Asia, look at the map. In Asia, especially in India, we can mark 2 iron ores. Got it? See that page number 54. And you can mark 2 places in fact in India itself. Okay, so for you easy. And now we are going to mark 2 places in European continent. See, look at this map. In European continent, near Paris, like Britain, near Paris, 2 more iron ores are there that you can mark over there. Got it? Then now we are going to mark in Africa. Africa, it's very easy. In the bottom of the Africa, in fact Cape of Good Hope, near to Cape of Good Hope, one place is there, and above the equator one iron ore is there. So you can mark these 2 places for iron ore in Africa. Got it? Now we are going to mark the distribution of copper. Okay, as usual, same 3 continents we are going to mark. Okay, first we are going to mark in Asian continent. Then what is that? Copper. You see the reference where it is copper. If you see, it is in Russia. Okay, so you can mark these 2 places. Next we are going to see in Africa. Africa, if you see, what is that? Here Republican of Congo, this area, Botswana, Angola, this area we can mark. So these 2 bauxite, what is that? Copper places, not a bauxite. This is for copper. Okay, so we can mark it over here. Next we are going to see in Europe. Europe, if you see, it is in German. One place we can mark it near German, and another one we can mark it over in fact Russia only, because we know Russia is an Eurasian country, right? Because Russia's border extends till Europe, so it is also coming in Russia, but it is an Eurasian area. So we can mark these two places in European continent. Got it? Now we are going to mark the distribution of bauxite in Asia, Europe and Africa. First we are going to mark the places in Asian continent. Okay, so see the reference. You can find out the symbol. You come to Asia, you can mark one place in fact India, and another you can mark in China. So easily you can mark this bauxite. Okay, next if you come to Africa, it's very easy. Already we have marked iron ore, right? Above iron ore you can mark these two bauxites ore. In fact that is Guinea and Senegal, that African countries, these are all. You can mark these two bauxite ores. Okay, now we are going to mark the places in European continent. See, if you see in European continent, France, we can mark one place, and near to, in fact near to German, we can mark one more bauxite ore. So these are the two bauxite ores in Europe. Clear? See children, now we are going to see the continents and oceans. See, what are the continents? 7 continents are in the world, right? You can mark North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia and Australia. Along with that, you should mark these oceans also. See, Pacific Ocean, in fact North Pacific Ocean and South Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, North Atlantic Ocean and South Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, then Southern Ocean, then Arctic Ocean. See, in case Pacific Ocean comes in the question paper, you can mark any one place, no problem. No need to write in two sides, only one side. If you write, it is enough. Okay, see children, you should not forget to write the references. Got it? So you should practice this map. Then in case if the map comes in your exams, you can write it. So you should clear the continents, oceans, along with that sites, bauxite ore, copper ore and iron ore. Okay, so you should practice this map again and again, then it will be easy to mark. Got it? So now let's recall so far what we have studied. Got it? So what is a mineral? A naturally occurring substance that has a definite chemical composition is a mineral, right? Okay, minerals are evenly distributed over space or not? Definitely not. Minerals are not evenly distributed over Earth's surface, right? Okay, actually, what are the types of minerals we have seen? The types of minerals. Minerals are classified mainly into metallic and non-metallic minerals, right? Then metallic minerals are also classified into ferrous minerals and non-ferrous minerals, right? Actually, the metallic minerals contain metal in raw form, isn't it? Yes. Generally, metals are hard substances that conduct heat and electricity, right? And it has a luster characteristic, right? Because luster means shining. Then for example, iron ore, bauxite, manganese ore are some of the examples, right? Okay, what is ferrous minerals? Actually, minerals like iron ore, manganese and chromites contain iron. These minerals are called ferrous minerals. So non-ferrous minerals does not contain iron, isn't it? So non-metallic minerals do not contain metals. For example, limestone, mica and gypsum are some examples. Ferrous minerals contain iron. Got it? Okay. The mineral fuels, what are the mineral fuels? Coal and petroleum are also non-metallic minerals. isn't it? Yes. Then we saw about the extraction of minerals and what are the ways are used to extract the minerals. When the methods are mining, drilling and quarrying, isn't it? Yes, in mining it can be classified into two, open cast mining and shaft mining, isn't it? Yes. Then we saw about the distribution of minerals uh, in Asia, Europe, North America, then South America, Africa, Australia and Antarctica, isn't it? Yes. Then actually I want to ask you one question. Which is the hardest mineral in this world? Diamond, right? Which is the softest mineral in the world? Talc, isn't it? Yes. Okay children, remaining topics will be discussed in the next video class. Okay, thank you.